All right, what's going on? So we're having some technical difficulties, so you're not going to see my face in this one. We'll hopefully have it fixed for the next video. But I really wanted to talk about this because, yeah, oh boy, this is some crazy shit. Okay, so to clear the air for what a lot of people are not aware of, this Bashenga stuff is a fan concept. Basically, a fan of Black Panther and then Black Panther Wakanda Forever basically ran a couple words like Bashenga and Black Panther and John Boyega and stuff like that through a AI filter, then an AI engine. Then that AI engine created images for a Bashenga concept movie slash series for Disney Plus. And right off the bat, I'll tell you right now, like some of these images are absolutely fantastic. Well, here's the thing. So the images look fantastic in thumbnail form, like if you're just passing and you're looking at the picture, that looks good. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. But if you were to stop and you were to actually look deep into the picture, like if I was to pull this picture up right here and then I was to zoom in, what is going on in the background? That's how you can usually tell that like an AI created the image, is once you look at the faces and then you look at the hands, because artificial intelligence isn't smart enough yet to properly CGI and create human limbs. So typically they mess up in that regard. Even in this one, when you look at her hands are also jacked up. Face looks absolutely fantastic. They can render the hell out of faces, and they can render the hell out of hair as well, especially black hair. But when you look at this deeper than, not this one, there's another image that was really funny right here. When you really take like a second and you look at it, you're like, what's going on here with the hands? Like, what's going on here? Your hands falling off. What's going on with the face? What's going on with the hands? Like, the foreground person always looks great. Where the AI usually fucks up is in the background individuals. Like this guy back here whose arm is like fused with his spear or something along those lines. That's how you can usually tell that the images are a fake. But for the most part, like I said, I enjoy seeing this. This was a really dope, like this one right here. This one right here is absolutely cold as hell. And for me, I would definitely change, if they were to do a Bashenga series, I would love if the main antagonist was someone from the Jabari tribe, where the reason that the Jabari tribe basically turned their back on Wakanda and left is because Bashenga, or whoever's going to be the first Black Panther, killed the Jabari champion, and as a direct result, the Jabari turned their back on Vibranium, seeing how Vibranium basically corrupted one of their greatest champions and greatest warriors. That would be a really dope direction for that series to go in. The person who created all of this is Sean Harris. He created it all on Twitter. Even the banner, even though it says like original series streaming 2024, yeah, it doesn't exist. I wish it does. I wish it did. I think a Bashenga series or a Black Panther series set in the past would be a really good decision from Marvel to explore the early makings of Wakanda and the five tribes. That would be really great. Exploring the original progenitors of the Golden Tribe that we would end up getting T'Chaka and Jobu and Jadaka, T'Challa and T'Challa the Second and Shuri from. That would be great. I would love to see a Black Panther series set in the past. I think this is the one that's supposed to be John Boyega. Yeah, he looks the AI did him great. He looks absolutely fantastic. Like I said, like the AI always crushes it in regards to the face. It's just that when it comes to basically rendering the human body, it doesn't really handle physical anatomy well, especially for, like I said, background characters. I think this is a fantastic concept. Wakanda wouldn't be this advanced where they would be able to compete with somebody along the lines of like, no, never mind, this is Phastos. That would be a really great introduction or additional character to the series if the reason why Wakanda is so technologically advanced is because Phastos from the Eternals, because he's the guy who basically can create anything, basically spent maybe 100 years in Wakanda, and he put them forward by like 500 years. That would be a great way to basically explain why Wakanda was able to just like get ahead of every other civilization on the planet, because Phastos was basically there as their chief engineering officer, as their chief scientist for 100 years, creating things until he left and returned back to the mainland with humans. And of course we know that Phastos will go on and create the atomic bomb, and then watching the atomic bomb detonate made him turn his back on humanity as a whole. I think that would be a really great direction to take that entire series. And I'd just love to see a war between the tribes where they find this thing known as Vibranium. They go extremely crazy making weapons and armor, and they're fighting over the mound. And then Bashenga is the one who comes along and basically defeats all of the other tribes, and the tribes coalesce under him. And then the Jabari are like, nope, look at all this war and this greed and destruction and this corruption that Vibranium has caused. We will go to the mountains and we will exile ourselves away from you. But even though, like I said, the Jabari have gone to the mountains, the Jabari are just as technologically advanced as the people in Wakanda proper. They just have a more traditional or conservative outlook at Wakandan society. But yeah, that's basically it. I think this was a really dope fan cast, and a really nice use of AI to create what a Bashenga slash Black Panther origin story for the Golden Tribe would basically look like. Really nice casting. I think he had John Boyega as Bashenga, Brian Tyree Henry as Phastos, Dochi as Bask, Burna Boy as One Tani, leader of the River Tribe, and guest appearance by, I don't know who the last person. And then he also did like the music as well, which Ludwig Göransson, if you don't know, him and Ryan Coogler have done music since Fruitvale Station. Anytime Ryan Coogler's doing anything, Ludwig is the person that's there. I know a lot of people complain about Ludwig, saying that why can't we have a black musician doing the music. I don't think you understand. You're not giving the man his props. We are talking about a guy who sits down and maps out where he can go and find the most talented people in whatever music from whatever culture he's going to be representing in this movie. We're talking about a guy who took time out of his day to find Mayan rappers where there are only like 6 or 10 of them in the entire world, and he sat down with them and he helped them find ancient musical instruments that the Mayans used to use, and then went to a studio with them to basically recreate what Mayan music would sound like if it was never destroyed by Spaniards when they came to South America. So Ludwig is a fantastic choice for somebody to basically sit down and work on this series. Like I said, I think the concept for this is great, but I don't think we will ever see a Bashenga series ever. And Bashenga's not even the first Black Panther. I think he's like the second, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's one Black Panther before him, which is the Black Panther from it's the Black Panther who teamed up with Odin. He was the first person to wield Mjolnir. He's the first Black Panther. And then Bashenga is the Black Panther after him, who I believe set up the royal line for Wakanda. If I remember correctly, the first Black Panther is either his brother or it's his like father, and then Bashenga himself is the descendant of that guy. And that's one of the reasons why when Thor encounters T'Challa and he tries to use Mjolnir against him, Mjolnir is like, nah, like I'll never strike at one of the descendants of the first people who ever wielded me. But yeah, I dug this, but you know, just to let people know, it is a fan cast. We're not actually getting a Bashenga series. No matter how much I would honestly love to get one, it would be really, really great. But sadly, I don't think Disney's going to be moving towards that, especially since we've basically gotten Shuri, and then we've also gotten T'Challa II from the end of Wakanda Forever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Well, all of these images And I'm probably going to link where you can go and look at them all in the comment section. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.